Alright everybody, it is Tony and I am back. Picked up a lot of TTMs over the last 2 weeks, so let's get right to it. First one comes from Mr. Bryn Smith, or Brian Smith. I've heard both ways, but Bryn Smith made his Major League debut in 1981 with the Montreal Expos and wrapped up his illustrious career with the Colorado Rockies in 1993. But in between that time was a very serviceable pitcher. 3.53 career ERA, 108 games, and he fanned over 1,000 batters in his career, had 6 saves, shut out 8 throughout his career. In 1983, he had 5 complete games, 6 wins, 3 shutouts, and 3 saves, over 155 and a third innings work. His career high in innings pitched came in 1985. Don't know how he wasn't an all-star in 1985, but 222 and a third innings pitch, 18 wins, 4 complete games, and 2 shutouts for Bryn Smith. Bryn Smith is a TTM Hall of Famer, no doubt. So everybody has a Bryn Smith card around, so send his way. He will return. All right, next one is Wes Chamberlain. Wes Chamberlain, as you can see, wrote on that Topps card that it was an error. So if you have that card, don't send that one to him. I didn't know. But in the meantime, he was twice drafted by the Pittsburgh Pirates before being traded to the Phillies. He was voted 5th in the Rookie of the Year voting in 1991. 16 doubles, 3 triples, 13 home runs, 50 RBIs, and it was pretty much downhill from there for the rest of his career. Career 255 hitter, but he did have a pretty good postseason in 1993 in the NLCS anyway. 3 doubles, 4 hits, scored a run, and 11 at bats for the Phillies in that series win for the Phillies over the Atlanta Braves in 1993. However, in the World Series, he was over. So Wes Chamberlain, he returned 2-2. He also signed the note, and he thanked me for making sure his family was okay during this coronavirus. Next one is Mr. Sean Bosky for my Cubs PEC. Sean Bosky spent the majority of his career with the Chicago Cubs beginning in 1990. However, his career best was in 1996 with the then California Angels, 12 wins in 1996. In 1994, he was on 3 teams, the Cubs, the Phillies, and the Mariners. Swing guy for both teams, was primarily a starter for the Angels in 95 and 96. Went back to the bullpen in 97 with the Orioles. But overall, like I said, 132 starts in 217 games, 4 complete games throughout his career, and a 1 save, which came in 1997 with the O's. Career high in innings pitched was in 1996 with 189 and a third. However, he led baseball with giving up 40 home runs and led the American League in hit by pitches with 13. So dubious honor for Mr. Sean Bosky, but happy to have it for the PC. Next one is from Danny Murphy. Danny Murphy was a can't miss prospect, I should say. He came up with the Cubs in 1960. As you can see, he graduated high school. 3 days later, the Cubs put him in the lineup. He replaced should-be Hall of Famer Richie Ashburn in the outfield, and it was not successful in his season. He came up to the big leagues at age 17. You tell me what 17-year-old is ready for the big leagues. So in 1960, he only hit 120, 9 hits in 75 at-bats. And then after the 62 season, he went to the minor leagues and went to the White Sox in the minor leagues and developed as a pitcher where he wasn't much better. Overall, he spent 69 and 70 on the mound for the White Sox, 4-4, 9 saves in his career, 112 innings pitched for Mr. Danny Murphy. Next one, got him back for the second time. It's Dick Groat. Dick Groat, third in the Rookie of the Year voting in 1952. In 1952, hold on as it loads, Joe Black was named Rookie of the Year. Hoyt Wilhelm was voted second, followed by Dick Groat, and then Eddie Matthews was to follow. Pretty good company there for Mr. Dick Groat. MVP in 1960. And in that MVP voting race, as you can see, there are 4 Pittsburgh Pirates in the top 8. Dick Groat, Don Hoke, Vern Law, Roberto Clemente were all in the top 8. The other ones were Willie Mays, Ernie Banks, Lenny McDaniel, Ken Boyer, and the rest of the top 10 was Ernie Broglio, which is the worst trade the Cubs ever made. And then Eddie Matthews was 10th. Hank Aaron was 11th. Just tells you how good baseball was in 1960, huh? Like I said, second time I've gotten Dick Groat. True TTM Hall of Famer. It does take a little bit of time to get back to you, but to get somebody that's 89 years old, NL MVP, all-around nice guy. Met him when he was the voice for the Pitt Panthers basketball team when I worked at Notre Dame, so pretty awesome to get him back. Next one is Vince Phelan, Notre Dame return. So happy to get this one back. As you can see, it says it's a 124-day return. That's due to the coronavirus. I sent the card to his office right when everything was getting shut down, so about the time that it probably got to him, they closed his office and it just sat. And he actually wrote me back and said he was really, really sorry for not signing the card sooner. And he apologized. And I actually just want to write him back and say, don't worry, completely understand. We're all going through the same thing, but it is what it is. Vince Phelan, he punted for the Irish just primarily in 1987. Played in 22 games throughout his 2-year career with the Irish. 86, he was a holder. 87, he was a punter, where the Fighting Irish and Tim Brown went to the Cotton Bowl and lost to Texas A&M. Next one, a guy who is a Hall of Very Good, Bill Brooks. Indianapolis Colts legend, had only one 1,000-yard receiving season in 1986, 1,100 yards receiving. Had a couple of 900-yard receiving seasons. Was drafted in 1986, wrapped up his career in 1996 with the Washington Football Club. That's the logo they have available, so that's what I took. So Bill Brooks, pretty good receiver. Funny story about Bill Brooks, not him personally, but when starting lineups were cool in like 1988, well, they were cool in the 90s too, but around that 88, 89 year, my cousin took me shopping, and there were starting lineups, and she was dated some guy named Albert, and there was a Colts wide receiver, Albert something or other, Albert Bentley, something like that. He was playing for the Colts too, and it was either Bill Brooks or Albert Bentley. And because she didn't like Albert anymore, I had to get the Bill Brooks starting lineup. All right, next return is one of those West Virginia guys, Michael Myers. One of his signatures kind of got smudged on the penny sleeve. That's okay. But more importantly, he actually answered my questions, which I thought was really cool. I asked him, who was your favorite quarterback to play against? And he said, Joe Montana, because he was one of the best. And then I asked him who was the toughest wide receiver he had to cover. And he said every receiver was a challenge depending on their skill set. But he said Randy Moss would be the biggest challenge that he had to cover. So Carl Lee returns 2-2. Next one is for you, Reindeer Studios. Michael Dean Perry, he said, I didn't get enough Cleveland Browns autographs. So we went with Michael Dean Perry because I saw that he signs, and I need 1993 Fleer Ultra signed. Michael Dean Perry, of course, the younger brother to William Perry, the Fridge, world famous William Perry, scored a Super Bowl touchdown on a run. But enough about William Perry. It's Michael Dean Perry. Pretty good defensive lineman in his day. Over 500 tackles. 107 of those in 1990, a Pro Bowl season. Had Pro Bowl years in 89, 90, 91, 93, 94, and 96 with the Broncos. In 97, he played for the Broncos and the Chiefs. Just one game for the Chiefs. But overall, a pretty good career, I would say. Scored a touchdown his rookie year in 1988. Only started twice that year. And McDonald's, the Cleveland area McDonald's, came up with the sandwich. Reindeer Studios, you'll have to tell me how the sandwich was, because I'm sure you remember. All right, so that's what I have for this week. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a good one. Bye-bye.